Guys, the first thing Coach Crow said is this wasn't the prettiest win, but it doesn't matter at this time of year. You found a way. When it got to crunch time, you guys knew what to do. Is that just, Raegan, is that 4 years experience for you, 2 years experience for you, being here and knowing when it's time to make plays?
I think it's state. I think we're all, like, when we get to this tournament, we're all like, this is it. We have to give our all. And I think we always are giving like 100% no matter what. And so when we get to these times, we're really, I think all of us have great experience of being here. And so we know what to do and we know how to kind of keep it calm. I think this game was a really good example of like keeping it steady, even though we got a little riled up at the beginning. Like we stayed steady throughout the whole time, and I think it really paid off.
Tobie, this is your first time at this stage, right?
Yes.
So it was okay if you had some nerves, but yours didn't show as much, I thought. You just kept making plays on defense and rebounding. Both you guys were huge on the glass. How big a key is that against that team? So that was a big physical team.
Yes, sir. We really implicated rebounding and just blocking them out just because they're so tall and they can get rebounds, and I think that's what kept us in the game.
Yeah, because they may have gotten a couple of second chance points in the second half, but not a bunch. And against a big team, that's always a key. You mentioned everybody was a little bit wound up, a little bit tight. Sometimes the star has to take over. Raegan Lee had to take over at times. Again, is that just your experience and knowing when it was time to make something happen?
Well, I think I always have a little competitor in me, but I think our whole team kind of just roused that up too. So we're very encouraging towards each other, so even if it's someone else scoring or even if it's someone else taking a charge or having a defensive stop, I think we're all very encouraging to each other to help build each other up in those moments. To even if it's not me, if it's someone else, I mean, we're all I think this year we're a very even amount of team, and we all stay steady in the whole time.
Which is a good segue, because there were 2 stretches in the second half where you had done your thing, and then I think Tobie, Gracie, and Katie all hit shots consecutively, so it wasn't just the Raegan show. It was people sharing the ball. Tobie, when you know that she's kind of done her thing and they're going to focus on her, you get left wide open. How important is it for you to knock down a shot?
It's really important. I mean, because we got to have more people score, and it doesn't just have to be me. It can be somebody else, and I think we just do really well with it.
Well, this is old hat to her and a lot of these other girls. You're about to play for a state championship. What's that mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot to me. Just from my past experiences, to be here is amazing and a blessing, and especially with this team.
But it doesn't get old, does it, Raegan?
No, it never gets old, especially coming into senior year. I mean, I think this year more than any, I think all of us are really. It's not just another championship. It's one of our championships, and it's really special to have it. I mean, I feel like every single year we've come here with a different team, and so it's really special every year.
And you guys, this one, you had to work for it a little
Yes.
bit. We talked before, coaches talked about it early in the season. You guys it was a little lurchy.
Mm-hmm.
You had to kind of find yourself. How have you found yourself?
I think literally just we've had to come together a lot. I mean, at the beginning of the year, obviously with our injuries, and we really didn't know how many girls we were gonna have, and then we ended up having 5 girls, and I think the younger girls really have come up and really helped us in practice. And so I really think this year was more than any a very special year coming together and realizing that we may not have the bench that we've usually had, but we're still gonna work hard on the floor.